So I just finished watching Beetlejuice Part 2 over again. But this time I took notes. And I discovered a few things that I didn't really pay attention to before the first time. And of course, this is going to be a spoiler review because there's a lot of things to spoil on this one. It's a few things that people in other reviews didn't mention. Even I didn't mention in my very first review, even though they weren't really spoilers. They're just things that I missed. The very first thing I should have brought up was the music. Before I even watched the movie the very first time, I was hoping that they'd bring back I don't know, I call it Tim Burton kind of music. I don't know how to describe it, but it was in the original Beetlejuice and in Pee Wee Herman, a bunch of his movies. And they have it here at the very beginning, maybe a second time, but that's about it. The rest has like these popular songs, and there's I don't know, like pop music, disco, a lot of disco. And it's not bad music, but it doesn't fit the movie. Especially, I really didn't like it because it could have went a different route. It's when the ex-wife of Beetlejuice comes together and they're playing, I think, the Bee Gees. No, that doesn't work. You got to compare it to the very first movie, and they never used pop music. That Dio song, I don't know how popular it was when it first came out. I think it came out in I think it came out in the 1950s. But when it came out in the movie, it wasn't really that well known. It sparked new life into that song. They should have went that route. Find a good song that kind of obscure or that was popular back in the day, and bring new life to it. But these songs, I don't know. And we got to talk about Danny DeVito making a cameo. I've seen some spoiler reviews, man, and they don't mention that. To me, that was either they didn't recognize him, but it's hard not to recognize Danny DeVito, even under all that makeup. Where he was like the janitor. Yeah, that was pretty cool. They should have given him a bigger part, but hey, it's all right. And not only Danny DeVito, but I think that someone that's supposed to represent Donald Trump is in the movie, standing in line in the Netherworld at the office. If this guy kicks the bucket, man, this year or the next year, this movie kind of predicted it. And he's in a suit, same hair and everything. And they don't show how he died. But he looks kind of golden. I don't know. It's weird. But that's my opinion. I think that was supposed to be Donald Trump. Also, the flashback when we see him with his wife during the plague. I don't like the subtitle. I don't mind subtitles in any movie, but not with this one. He's either speaking Latin or French, and it kind of wears off after a while. It was funny, but then it goes on for too long. Are they saying that his character is French? He always sounded like a Texan to me, but I guess he's French. I gotta look that up. And what nationality is Beetlejuice?
A few moments later.
Okay, Lester Green came up. Not that Beetlejuice, man. All right, I got something from Screen Rant. Although his age has never been officially confirmed, this line could be the best approximation of his age when he says he's 600 years old, which would make his birth at the time of the movie somewhere around mid-1300 if he died in his 30s. Beetlejuice 2 reveals the origins of Beetlejuice and how he died. There you go, finally, got it. It turns out that Beetlejuice was born in Italy, given his shift into Italian for the stories. Yeah, see, I thought it was Latin or French, but no, it's Italian. Okay. It turns out he was a survivor of the Black Plague. Yeah, a disease that ravaged Europe and killed millions of people. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. In the movie, they showed he was a grave robber, and that's how he met his ex-wife. So yeah, I didn't really like the subtitles, and I guess him speaking Italian it was just way out of character. He does the voice changing stuff, but it doesn't go on for too long. Right here, it went on for way too long. And I gotta point out the graffiti guy, the graffiti artist who falls into the sewer. Shouldn't he be dirty or wet or whatever caused his death? Because he has a big knot on his forehead, but they don't say exactly what killed him. But he didn't look like he died of anything. I thought that was kind of weird. Lydia in this movie, she sounds almost exactly like the old lady she played in Edward Scissorhands. I don't know if she's doing it on purpose now, or that's just her voice because she's older now. Yeah, and speaking of aging, Michael Keaton, he does a really good job. He still got it. The only little issue that I had was his voice was a little too deep. Couldn't really understand what he was saying, but it was very rare. But it did happen about 2 or 3 times where if I were to watch it again, I would need subtitles. And they tried to do you know a Deo dance routine like they did in the first one at her wedding at the very end, but nope. Again with the popular music, doesn't work, man. Doesn't work. I didn't like it, and again it went on for way too long. And there's even a part where Beetlejuice is playing a guitar and singing to Lydia. Oh man, no, wrong song choice again. And you know what this movie felt like to me? Like it had a bunch. I mean, a bunch of deleted scenes. Like a lot of these parts look like an extended version you would get on a Blu-ray or DVD or whatever, and they should have been left out. A conversation, situation where like, what? Come on, man! Like it's not necessary at all. The long speech the boyfriend, Lydia's boyfriend, gives to her before asking her to marry him. That went on for way too long. The conversation they have on the treehouse, Ortega and her friend that she found. I mean, there's a lot of them. I just can't remember every single one of them, but this movie could have definitely been chopped down a little bit. Before I said that Michael Keaton was the best part of this movie, but now that I looked at it again, no, they don't. He's good, but they don't know how to write for that character. And you know what? What's going on with all the tight shots where the camera's really up close to their face? I don't like the cinematography. I don't like modern cinematography. Period. But can't they just look at the old movie and look and be like, you know what? Okay, they got it right, really, really good here. Let's try to somewhat mimic that. But no, it has this modern look to it. The angles, everything's like, oh man. Yeah, the color grading. I don't like the color grading either. It's like they got a bunch of things right, but a bunch of things wrong. I wish I could edit this movie, man, upload it online. It would look different, especially the way they introduced Beetlejuice again. Nah, I would have went with when Lydia's boyfriend says his name 3 times. That's when I would have introduced him first in this new movie. That one was better where he was playing a marriage counselor or something, but not the way they did it. Like his ex-wife's intro was really good. That one was really good. He deserves something like that too. But now I think that Catherine O'Hara is the best character in this movie. She was the only one that really made me laugh. I mean, Michael Keaton was entertaining, but he just didn't never made me laugh, not even once. But it was entertaining to watch him. But they don't know how to write for his character. But yeah, Catherine O'Hara was hilarious. And then I thought the third best character was the cop. I thought he was really good. I even said that he might get his own spinoff, but nah, he's not. He's not that funny. He's not that interesting. I don't think. I don't think he'll get a spinoff. I really like the claymation, the way they show how her father, Lydia's father, died. That one was probably the funniest part, and they should have did more with that. They should have did more with the sandworms. And why does it have such a serious tone now? Like I don't go watch Beetlejuice for that. It's supposed to be a comedy, but they go really deep, especially with Ortega's character. No, I don't think that was necessary. Now the costumes, the characters, they're actually more clever, more creative in the original. Right here, they're not. I like the personality, the ideas, the characters, and the more than the original. As far as the Netherworld workers go, or the people that are there, they don't have a real personality. Even the secretary from the original who slit her wrist, she had more personality than this new one who looked like she worked at I forgot what the name of that lemonade place that lemonade place at the mall. Jamba Juice? No, it can't be that. But she looked like she worked at the mall, selling lemonade. I like the original secretary more. And then you got the guy who's passing out mail, who's flat. I don't know. To me, it was way more elaborate back then. And I think they had a bigger budget here. Yeah, but that's my spoiler review. I still remain with my original score rating. I give it a 6 out of 10. But go ahead and let me know what you think. Catch you on the next one.